Hey folks, and all be all here, and we are in season 13 of Grand Arena. Got 3v3 this time, and I managed to get my ultimate on Jedi Master Luke just hours before the lock of this week. Um, I don't know how often I'll get to use the ultimate in a 3v3 setting, but in general, I think Jedi Master Luke, I've been playing around with him for a week. He is really good. I've done some 3v3 testing, and he's capable of beating almost any 3v3 team comp out there. So he's probably going to be kept on offense for me just for the additional flexibility that he provides. The key to modding him is just to make him extremely fast. I have him at about 543, which is not the fastest, but it's enough to outspeed most of the Ray and SLKRs that you see modded out there. And then I've got a little bit of potency on him as well, 116%, just to make sure that he lands that initial turn, that initial debuffs from Efflux. So really good character, really good control, and I'm looking forward to using him in 3v3. Let's go into the battle and see who our opponent is. We're facing a Swamp Donkey. I'm going to pretend that's a Shrek reference and not the other reference that I read about in Urban Dictionary. But he's from the Guild Sith Empire. He's got an SLKR, only one GL, but I think he's probably going for Sith Eternal Emperor. He's got those kind of characters geared up. He's pretty serious about his Sith. And check this out, his Sith Empire. I think this has got to be the best Sith Empire team I've ever seen. He's put some serious mods on his Revan. Look at that, 347. And Malak and Basti also are extremely well modded. 328 on Malak. And on Basti, he's got 313. So extremely fast mods on all of Sith Empire. Everyone is R7. And I'm going to be facing that on defense. He always gets tons of holds with that particular team. It's a crazy fast team, probably the fastest I've faced. I know that there are faster Darth Revans out there. There's probably 355 and above in the game, but I personally haven't faced anyone that impressive. The rest of the roster is pretty much okay. It does have Jedi Master Luke, but I don't think he's geared him up. But not Jedi Master, Jedi Knight Luke. I think he's got him at G10 or G11 or something like that. And then I think the main danger is just going to be the Supreme Leader Kylo team and the Darth Revan team. So let's go in and check out our defenses because my opponent has gone and struggled a little bit on my defenses. In the front over here, I set my own Darth Revan team, 2 holes over there. And I was pleasantly surprised to see Padme having 4 holds. So I decided not to keep my Galactic Legends on defense. Both my Rey as well as Jedi Master Luke I saved on offense, but I still kept a tough defense regardless of that because I knew that this guy always sets his Darth Revan team, and I wanted a GL on hand to beat that. But that doesn't mean I kept a light defense because as you can see over here, there's no easy team that I had that can be taken out. There's all these 3 teams are tricky. I was hoping for a little more from that Poggle team, but whatever. And then at the top over here, I kept my Grievous, which he mirrors usually. And then no holds on the Port Vets team and the Treya team, but my Sarge team surprisingly had 5 holds. That is one of my superstar teams from last season of 3v3 as well. A Sarge lead, not Newt lead. Newt lead, in 3v3 setting, extortion actually spreads pretty fast, even if Newt is not in the lead. But a Sarge lead gives that extra speed, that turn meter whenever she falls below 100% health. And all that combined with the extortion just makes a Sarge go extremely fast and extremely frequently. So it's a pretty good team and can get problematic, especially since you see a couple of G12s in there and you tend to underestimate it. That team performed pretty well for me. And I'm sure that team's and the Padme team sucked off a lot of really good teams from my opponent, which is why he ran out of battles and juice in the finals zone, and he wasn't able to touch any of the tough teams that I had set back here. Really fast Jedi Knight Luke team with a 338 speed, 336 speed Shakti. I think a 320 speed Grandmaster Yoda, 324. So that team wasn't touched. There's a Rex team and the Basti team. All of that wasn't touched at all, and my opponent probably doesn't have anything left over there. And similarly in fleets, my opponent didn't have a negotiator. He only had malevolence. So he used his malevolence on my negotiator, but wasn't able to take down my rebel fleet. So a really good Biston squad. If it's at the key speed is I think 152. A really good Biston squad in a rebel lineup can make all the difference between your rebels holding and not. So most likely he tried a mirror match over here and wasn't able to get through. So two zones held, which is good to see. So I've got room to play. 19-18 is the score that I'm going for. But he has kept a few tricky teams on defense, which I need to be able to go through. And I don't have much for offense apart from my two GLs, and I think my rebels as well. So we'll have to get creative and do whatever we can to take these guys out. I'm going to go for the SLKR first, and I'm going to use my Jedi Master Luke squad. He traditionally keeps relatively weaker teams at the back, so I don't mind wasting my Jedi Master Luke over here in the front against the SLKR. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Luke with the Jedi Knight Revan and Obi-Wan Kenobi, just for that extra ability block, ability to bypass taunt, and just generate additional turns. Let's take this in and see if it's able to get the job done against SLKR. So I go first and ability block, excellent. Now I am going to go after, since Phasma has ability block, let's just get rid of first order officer. And let's just call Revan to finish it off. Let's pass this to Old Ben so that he can reduce some more turn meter. Excellent. Let's give this to him. I'm going to try to get rid of these sides first. And then focus down on SLKR. Another ability block. Excellent. Not letting this guy take any turns at all. I'm not going to taunt with him. Let's call Revan. He's doing tons of basics. I'm going to give this back to him. And let's keep going after him with Luke and with Revan and with Luke again. Let's actually do some more basics on him. And Efflux. And let's call Jedi Knight Revan, and that ends with 53. So SLKR is hard countered by Jedi Master Luke. There's because he does this damage, which is true damage. So approximately 40k damage is what ends up, 35 to 40k damage is what ends up happening on SLKR every time that any of the Jedis use that special ability, the leadership ability. So you do manage to do consistent damage, even though there is some amount of turn meter reduction with both Old Ben as well as Jedi Knight Revan, which makes him a little tankier, SLKR, but still there's this team is able to chew through pretty quickly. Alright, so now that team is taken care of. Let's take out some of these other teams, see what's at the back, and then we can see what we want to do against the Darth Revan team. Against against Kylo, I'll probably take my Jedi Training Ray. This should be a straightforward hard counter. Let's hide everyone but R2. He's gonna go and do that. Let's actually take Fox out. There we go. Let's apply some exposures so that we can control the team a little better. He's gonna go again. Okay. We'll have to hide R2 and then go after Okay, this guy is very much under control. Let's just do this. Some more exposed in land, but let's try to get rid of Kylo. And let's hide R2 again. No exposers are landing on this guy, which is unfortunate. Wow, look at those AoEs. We're having some bad luck with exposers. Let's cleanse this guy and get him to take out Kylo. There we go. Illuminated Destiny, but that probably won't help us recover banners. We can try to delay it a little bit, but it's not going to be a banner game anyway, so... But I think it's just good habit, I guess. Yeah, let me just see if I can't get at least one more. Oh, you know what? I don't think one Illuminated Destiny is going to be enough, so let's just finish it off. Okay. Now, excuse me. For the Hux team, there's Red Trooper in there, which is going to make it slightly tricky. What do I want to take in? I think I want to take in my Kira squad over there. What else do I have? I'm saving everything else. Yeah, let's take the Kira squad with Han and Chewie and try to get rid of because these guys will be hitting extremely hard, but I want to get rid of Red Trooper as soon as I can. Okay, now the team is there's less danger on this team. Let's call Han, and he's dead, and there we go. I don't think we'll recover all the banners, but 53 should be good enough for this team. Okay, so I always, in 3v3, I like to split up my Han and Chewie from CLS. CLS can these days go really well with C3PO and Chewpio, for example. But Han and Chewie, you can put them with your Rey. You can put them with Kira, like I just did. Kira lead is great for Han and Chewie, since both of them are scoundrels. They have protection recovery. They gain tons of offense, and just all around good synergy with Kira. So as expected, really a weak squad at the back over here. Really don't see Empire on defense that much. So I'll probably use my Mon Mothma with Cara Dune over there. So not much to worry about over here. Let's focus on Darth Revan, which is going to be the toughest team. I've got my Rey, so I'll probably take my Rey against that, since this one is a pretty serious Darth Revan team. Now, I have used, in 3v3, I have used Rey to solo against a Darth Revan team, but given that this one is so well modded, I'm going to give it the respect that it deserves and probably go with a couple of meat shields. I think this should be enough, but we'll find out. Okay, let's give this to Zalbar. Okay, let's keep these guys healthy. Excellent. Okay, we won't do anything much until this whirlwind ability comes around, which it has. So let's get rid of Malik, and then we'll get rid of wow, look at that hit. Already into damage immunity. That is seriously impressive. Okay. Now we are safe, and this should take both of them out, no problem. I have my Rey modded for offense in Grand Arena. Wow. Didn't take out Revan, I think because of the health equalization probably. So I have my Rey modded for offense in Grand Arena in 3v3. In 5v5 I prefer health modding, but in 3v3 I like to switch it up to offense modding. just because there are lesser targets. So when she comes out of that ultimate, there are lesser targets to spread the damage around, and she hits for more. So it also helps against SLKR, so trying to go up against Ray. They have a tougher time if they go up against offense modded Rays as opposed to health modded Rays. So that's just something I like to do in 3v3s. Um, okay, so now all the tough teams are out. Well, I think we've got the JKR team as well, which might be tricky. But I think what I'll do first is, let's see how this Basti is modded. I think I'm gonna, so okay, so not much potency, although she gets potency with her specials. But I might take my nest against that. I think my nest should be enough to solo that. Mm, that should be enough for the solo, but maybe I shouldn't risk it. Let me make a plan and come back. All right, let's take out the Revan team first, and then we can think about what we want to use against the others. There is Jolie in there, and let's see how the Yoda is modded. Speed modded 303. Maybe I'll use my Skywalker. It's not the best 501st squad, but they do prevent revives, so I just have to exhaust Savior once, I guess. Let's take this, see how they do. Okay, Mark is fine. Let's do a basic, and let's try to get rid of Yoda. There we go. No more revives there. Okay, let's get rid of Revan. Yeah, I think this was the best choice. Only 51 banners, but no revives is always the best option against Jolie in the team. Okay, this should do it. All right, now against the other Jedi squad, Basti lead. It's not exactly a timeout team. There is some amount of damage with Ezra, but he's only G12 and modded for speed. Not much offense. Let's see how Basti is. Again, modded for speed. So I wanted to try my Luke squad with 3PO and Chewie. Chupio, 3PO and Chupio. I mean, the Basti team does have will have tenacity when they have bonus protection, so they will be resisting a lot, which means that my team should be getting turn meter. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see if I'm able to make any inroads into them. I know that once exposures start to land, this team will be doing plenty of damage, but let's see if they're able to survive until then. Okay, not bad. They've got some stat sharing, so that is good. Okay, let's call everyone to assist on Ezra. Not bad. Oh, not bad at all. Did get a decent amount of damage over there, and I am landing debuffs even through bonus protection, which is good to see. Okay, some more resists. Okay, let's get some damage done. Not bad at all. I'm pretty impressed with this team. I mean, this is supposed to be a somewhat of a timeout team, but they're doing a pretty decent job, and because of all the stat sharing, they're extremely survivable. Let's recover some protection. Not bad. 54 banners, and it was a really easy match as well. I thought I'll have some problem chewing through the protection, but yeah, this is definitely a solid team on offense. Definitely something I'm going to be using more and more. All right, we have the Geos left. We can probably use the Geos against the sisters. Shouldn't be a problem. Soldier, Spy, Brood Alpha, that should be enough. We do have Acolyte over there, but we also have another character who can dispel. Let's do this. And let's keep going after zombie. Might have to exhaust a couple of deaths over there. Okay, so that's the first death. That's the second death. And that should be the third one. Alright, now we just have to work on zombie till our dispel comes around. And maybe when we've got a chance to heal up a little bit as well. Oh, there's the dispel, but we haven't healed up yet, so we'll have to cycle through that again. Okay, let's keep going through it. Just want to get into the habit of getting as many banners as I can, even though it's not necessary for this battle. I think it's just a good habit to have. Okay. Next time the dispel comes around, I think one more turn and we should be good. There we go. Now let's take care of this one, and should be 54, I think. All right. Let's see what ships they have. All right, relatively weaker ones. Although that Empire ship is going to hit hard, but let's do the ships later. All right, I've got plenty of good squads over here. What do I want to use? All right, I think let's start taking out these teams one by one. I'm going to go for the Trooper squad first, and I'm going to use my own Empire team, Palp, Vader, and Thrawn. I really don't need Thrawn anywhere else, but if I didn't have Thrawn over here, I would have probably used Piet for that extra damage. So it's going to be an Empire versus Empire match. Let's apply some debuffs first and start taking these guys out one by one. Okay, ability block there, and let's take him out. Another force crush. Let's just pass the turn back to him. Get rid of him. Lost a few banners, but I think this will still be counted as full. No, lost a little bit. Okay, I could have probably gone undersized, but that's fine. All right, against Karth, I'm gonna just go in with this. I've got tons left on offense, so not too worried. Oh wow, let's just give this back to him. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. Sith Trooper with his basics is amazing. There we go, 53. I think lost a little bit on Hux. Okay. Against the Mon Mothma squad, I can probably solo it with Nest. I don't even need all those other characters. So let me do that. Let me just go with Nest, and I think it should be possible to solo it. It is a turn meter train version, but there's only POW over there to get turn meter. And POW will come back, but I think with the Chirrut in there, there's going to be plenty of buffs, and Nest is going to regenerate her damage pretty quickly. Okay, let's take Chirrut out, and there we go. Okay, easy 55. 5v5, that turn meter train version is a little more tricky. Only one team left to take out in the character zone, and I'm thinking I could probably get my bounty hunter feat done, which is Aura, Singh, and Boba Fett. And it's a rebel squad, so I'm going to just throw in Wampa over there just to get some additional damage done. And it's Boba lead, so Wampa actually does pretty well against Boba lead. With Boba lead, because he gets this um, he gets extra 50% damage, which is always good. Let's take care of him. Probably will lose. Yeah, we ended up losing our Aura. She's only G10 or something like that. And yeah, I mean, look at her. Leia Organa hits really hard in 3v3 because her AoE ability does damage 14 times, so it hits more times when there are fewer targets to hit. So especially relicked up, she's a real force to be reckoned with in 3v3. This team would have probably taken out banners just because of all the AoEs in that team, but luckily we are not that bothered about banners at this stage. Okay, so now let's get rid of these two fleets. What do we want to take in? We've got our Malevolence and we've got our Radis. We'll probably use the Radis against the Finalizer, and Malevolence versus the Empire fleet. Okay, let's take in a few Separatists. I think this should be more than enough. I don't think we need any more. As we should let the buzz droids do their job. Okay, so they'll probably end up going and give taunt there. I'm going to cleanse my vulture droid so that I can apply buzz droids on every one. And then we should start working down on these guys one by one. That missed. Okay, that they got rid of our Sunfac. All right, let's get in Spy. And let's just take care of the tank so that we can attack who we want, which is going to be Vader first. Okay, that's the second one gone. Let's do that. Yep. Okay, so there's taunt on him, which is interesting. So we can't do anything because we've got a taunt over there, but let's finish him off. Yeah, Empire ships hit really hard. That's one good thing about them. Okay, so we've gotten rid of everyone except for the Sith one. I haven't really seen the Sith assassin ship much, but this particular one looks like it's very low geared, so not much of an issue. 59, wow, even with going in so undersized. Yeah, Malevolence feats are never good for banners. I should probably just keep them on defense and keep Rebels on offense. Rebels are much more banner efficient. Okay, I'm gonna go for Radis. Let's take all our usual ships in. These are the ones I like to go with: Radis, Ebenhawk, and Xanadu Blood, along with Houndstooth and the Resistance squad. This should be more than enough, I think. Hopefully we get a little more decent banners over here. So they're going to go first because of all the first order ships, and applied hunted on my Houndstooth. So we need to get rid of this ship, Kylo Ren Unmasked, because that's the dangerous ship. It builds up damage. Luckily there's no tank over here. Let's cleanse. I don't think we need to use the cleanse later on. Let's do a big damage over here and try to see if we can't take him out. There we go. Now there's no more danger on this team. Okay, let's see who comes in. Clone Sarge. Is that Clone Sarge or Rex? Yeah, it is Clone Sarge. Okay, let's get in our Ray. And let's apply some days there. And let's do an AoE. And let's work on Kylo Ren. Okay, let's give this to... Who needs this buff? Maybe give it to Ray. Yeah, without the other Kylo Ren's shuttle, or not shuttle, but without the other Kylo Ren, this fleet is really not that dangerous. Let's call an Eben Hawk. And get rid of, wow, tons of bonus protection. Okay, so we finally got rid of that ship. But looks like this also won't be that good banners. Yeah, Hunted on Houndstooth really ends up screwing us quite a lot because Houndstooth just doesn't get turn meter at all. But luckily we managed to get one heal off, which means that we were able to recover health and protection. So we ended up with 66 banners, which is decent. 2660, I like that. I think anything above 2650 is good in this format of 3v3 with two ships. So I'm happy with the score, and looks like we have a very decent victory. It's a good warm-up match, and I think I'm liking this format, this particular approach, which is keeping your Galactic Legends on offense and still keeping a tough defense to make your opponent make some unforced errors or lose banners or not clear at all. And at the same time, having your GLs on offense allows you to clear your opponent's GLs, and then allows you to at least clear the board, if not anything else. Because that's one thing which I noticed in the last 3v3 session. Even though I was undefeated in the last season, but it was a very, very messy offense. About half the time I wouldn't even clear. I would just go for an efficiency match if I'm not able to clear and my opponent is not able to clear, and I would win that way. But I like this method of winning much better, when keep one or both of your Galactic Legends on offense so that you're at least able to clear the board, and then at the same time, if you have a broader roster and a depth of roster, you can keep a heavier defense and still make your opponent struggle. So I think I might just go in for that strategy in this season. It might depend from opponent to opponent, but that's the approach I'm leaning towards. All right, that's it for today's match. I will catch you guys in a couple of days. Hope you all have a decent start to this 3v3 session. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.